What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Demonic, and I'm back with another banger. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make the best possible 6'10" build that you can make in NBA 2K24. I'm not only going to show you guys the build, I'm also going to show you guys proof that this really is the best version of the 6'10" build that you can make. If you're a returning subscriber, you already know this 6'10" diamond 3-level threat right here is the first 6'10" build that I made. I have made several builds in the last couple months, and I've learned a lot about the builder since then. So I came up with a new version of the 6'10" that I believe is going to be an elite player for the rec in NBA 2K24. Before I show you the build, I'm going to show you exactly how I came up with it. The first thing that I want you guys to know is that I play with rec randoms. This build will also be good with rec squads as well. Now, like I said, this right here is the first build that I made, and I'm going to show you guys the build that I'm talking about later in the video. I'm going to try not to talk about this build too much. I've already dropped a video on it, so I'll leave a link to that in the description. But long story short, man, I play rec randoms, and since I'm 6'10", even though I'm at the small forward position, a lot of times I get placed at the 4 instead of the 3. Even though I'm able to dominate on the offensive end with this build, I find it a liability because I'm placed at the 4 and I'm not able to help the center get rebounds and I'm not able to get any blocks. Now, don't get me wrong, regardless, this build is still really good. I wish I would have had an 89 passing accuracy for that Tyrese Halliburton pass package. On the new build, you will have that. This build right here also gets a 75 ball handle and a 70 speed with ball, so you get the best dribble moves that you can get at a 6'10". This build also has an 82 perimeter defense, so you get silver challenger. At 84, which is the max that you can get for the 6'10", you get silver pick dodger. I have a 72 steal, so I get bronze glove, interceptor, and right stick ripper. I have a 76 speed and a 68 acceleration. The acceleration doesn't even really matter that much. I have an 82 strength, so I get silver immovable enforcer. I have an 84 vertical, so I get the elite contact dunks combined with that 94 driving dunk that you see over there. I also have an 83 standing dunk, so I get the pro big man contact dunks. Combined with that 85 post control and that 86 mid range and 87 driving layup makes this build an offensive juggernaut. But like I said, I got tired of being placed at the 4 instead of the 3 and not being able to help out with getting blocks and rebounds. So I decided to try to make a build that can still dominate on the offensive end and do that. So like I said earlier in the video, I'm going to show you guys proof that this really is the best 6'10" build in the game. The proof that I have is that I've made several different 6'10" builds before I found the perfect one. Now please stick with me through the whole video because I promise everything that I explain is going to make absolutely perfect sense. I promise I'm going to try to go through this as quick as possible too. And all the information that I give you is going to be worth it. I promise you're going to want to listen to everything so you can make the build exactly how you want it for yourself. On this build right here, I went with the 84 close shot. That gives you Hall of Fame Pro Touch, Gold Hook Specialist, and Gold Masher. You only get a 75 driving dunk, but combined with that 90 standing dunk and the 83 vertical, you get the Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Ben Simmons, the Karl Anthony Towns, Shaq, and Dwight Howard dunk package. Those are some really good signature dunk packages to have, and I highly recommend putting them on. Combined with that 85 post control makes you deadly in the paint. I got an 84 mid-range, so I still get the jump shot that I use on my original 6'10", and I have a 76 3 ball, so I get Bronze Agent 3. If you need the jump shot that I use for my 6'10", I'll leave a link to the video of the animations that I use in the description. I went with a 91 passing accuracy so I could get, like I said, that Tyrese Halliburton pass package, the best one in the game, and I also get Gold Needle Threader. Now, like I said, I learned some lessons making these builds. I made it with a 56 ball handle. If I would have went 57, I would have got bronze triple strike. You also want to make sure you have at least a 40 speed with ball so you have the normal dribble moves. Now, this is where I messed up on this build. I went with a 94 block combined with that 77 interior defense and the 83 vertical. I get Gold Anchor and Hall of Fame Chase Down Artist. Now that's a little bit excessive. I could have took that down a little bit to help with putting the points somewhere else. I'm going to show you how I did that in the next build. This build also only has a 60 rebound, so I only got Bronze Rebound Chaser and I found that this was still a liability and it wasn't enough on the defensive end. I thought that maybe with the block I would still be able to contribute and it would be fine, but not being able to get rebounds was still a big liability. I also have a 95 strength, so I thought that that would help out a lot too. I only had an 82 strength in the previous build. Now, one thing I did learn about this build, that 95 strength is extremely overpowered. It gives you Hall of Fame, a movable enforcer, and 92 strength gives you gold bulldozer. On the 6'10" builds, you don't get access to the clamps badge, so getting a movable enforcer on Hall of Fame is extremely helpful. I've actually learned with this on Hall of Fame, whenever you get that bump animation, a lot of times it pokes the ball loose and it forces a turnover or you get a steal. I've tested this out on Silver, Gold, and Hall of Fame, and I'm telling you, Hall of Fame is extremely powerful. I know a lot of people are going to think that you're going to be fine with the 90, but I promise that 95 is worth it. And like I said, I'm going to prove it to you guys. The next build, I've already played with it too. I upgraded it and it has a 90. I'm going to show you guys that build next. Real quick, another thing that I want to talk about on this build, I went with a 95 stamina. I highly recommend you do not do that. Go with the 97. For some reason with the 95, I noticed that I was getting tired a lot faster than normal. Like way more than I expected from just 2-point attributes. So that's another thing I highly recommend. You go with the 97 stamina no matter what. Now, like I said, I thought I learned my lesson with that build and I decided to remake it again with the version that gets more rebounding. So this is already the third 6'10" build that I've made. And I actually ended up learning some more lessons on this build, so I had to make a fourth one. Now, think about this for just 1 second, man. I spent a lot of VC on 4 different 6'10" builds. The only thing that I'm asking you in return is please hit the like button on the video. At the end of the video, when I give you the final build, if you like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, man. I'm going to be dropping a lot more bangers soon too. Now, I'm going to explain what I had in mind when I made the third version of this build. I started to learn more and more on each build that I made. On this version, I went with the 65 driving dunk. You lose that Giannis and that Karl Anthony Towns and Ben Simmons dunk package, but you still get some pretty good dunk packages, and you still get all the standing dunk packages that you need. You lose a couple, but you still get Dwight Howard, Shaq, and Draymond Green. So on this version of the build, I dropped my driving dunk from a 75 to a 65. I dropped my block from a 94 to a 92. I dropped my strength from a 95 to a 90, and my vertical from an 83 to an 80. Now, what I had in mind with this build was that I'd be able to get offensive rebound and go straight up with that standing dunk on 90. But I quickly started to learn with the centers usually in position on the other team that 83 rebound just wasn't enough for it to be worth it. It really sucked knowing this. Plus, if I would have went with an 83 defensive rebound, it wouldn't have upgraded my offensive rebound as high, and that means I could put my points elsewhere. Another thing that I thought about with that situation as well, if I have an 83 defensive rebound combined with that 92 passing accuracy, I get Hall of Fame break starter. So when I get those rebounds and I get those easy assists on the fast break, it's going to help boost my takeover really fast. Dropping that offensive rebound from an 83 and raising the defensive rebound to an 83 is also going to give you enough points to bring your strength up from a 90 to a 95. So in my mind, the purpose of me showing you guys these different builds that I made is to show you that I actually trialed and errored them. I upgraded the attributes, I went into the rec, and I found out what was actually the best thing to use for it. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the builder and show you exactly how I made the final build, even though I pretty much explained exactly what I did. This is going to give you a visual perspective of the build anyways. You'll be able to take a screenshot of the build if you need to, if you want to be able to copy the build exactly how I made it. So you're going to go into the builder and you're going to go at small forward. That way, hopefully, sometimes you're put at the 3. You're going to go 6'10". Your weight, you're going to go 247. That way you get that 95 strength. 96 strength does give you Hall of Fame bulldozer, but I found this really expensive and it's just not worth it. You can try to modify your build like that if you want, but it's pretty hard to do. I also went with the 7'7" wingspan. That way I get an 84 mid-range and I get that silver Deadeye. Now I just split this clip up. I had to upgrade my attributes back to where they're supposed to be at from changing my wingspan. But this is the final build that I came up with. You have a 92 post control, so you get gold unpluckable. You have a 90 standing dunk, so you get the elite big man contact dunks. You have a 65 driving dunk. That way you get some decent driving dunk animations still. But yeah, I'm going to explain really quick what makes this build so overpowered. That 92 post control with that 95 strength and that 90 standing dunk. When you're placed at the 3, nobody in the rec randoms is going to be able to guard you in the paint. You have Hall of Fame back down Punisher, Hall of Fame post spin technician, Hall of Fame dream shake, gold unpluckable so nobody's stealing the ball from you consistently. You also have Hall of Fame post playmaker combined with that 92 passing accuracy. Even if you're placed at the 4, you're still able to dominate, and if somebody helps, you're able to kick it out. You have gold dimer. So if the center on your team can shoot, the center on the other team isn't going to be able to help, and you're just going to be able to dominate in the paint all game. For my mid-range, I only have an 84 and a 76 3-ball, but I have the exact same jump shot that I use with the 83 ball and the 86 mid-range with my original build, and I feel like I shoot the exact same. Now, like I said, you have a 92 passing accuracy combined with that 83 defensive rebound. You're gonna be able to get stops with that 92 block and that 95 strength. So whenever you get the ball in the defensive end, you're able to kick it out and get those easy assists on the fast break, and that's gonna boost your takeover so fast, and you're gonna have Mamba mentality in no time. You're getting blocks on the defensive end, rebounds. You have an 80 vertical, so that helps with that as well. You have a 90 standing dunks on the offensive end. You're getting easy dunks all game. You're able to shoot the 3-ball. This build is super fun. The playmaking is all you need. You get bronze big driver. I would have loved to have this at least on silver, but it is what it is, man. You had to sacrifice at least a little bit. I find myself utilizing that post control and the standing dunk with the strength on the offensive end more than anything. So I don't really need to be able to dribble anyways. You also sacrifice your perimeter defense, but like I said, you get Hall of Fame a movable enforcer. So this helps with that anyways. And on the 6'10", you can't get clamps. You do sacrifice steal too, but like I said, with that Hall of Fame immovable enforcer, I promise you will get some steals and some turnovers. I've already brought this build to the rec. My very first game, I had over 25 points, 15 assists, and over 20 rebounds. I'm gonna drop a video of that gameplay this weekend. So if you're interested in seeing how this build plays in the rec, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna keep on doing this no matter what because I love doing it. It's what I do anyways. I appreciate every last one of you guys that support me so much. This takes a lot of time and dedication, so it really means a lot to me. I hope you guys have a really good Thanksgiving. Just remember to be safe. There's somebody out there that cares about you. Demonic's out.